Hey everybody, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. We just finished a crazy fuel burn that I wanted to tell you about. That 1,313 kilometers took 176 litres. No, we're not towing. No, we don't have a bull bar. Yes, the vehicle is loaded. We've been traveling at approximately around 110, 115 kilometers an hour. Cruise control. We did have a headwind at one stage, but I want to tell you about this. I'm just going to reset this one because we've just refilled. Now let's just go down, because this is one of the worst ones you'll see. You can see after reset, 20 hours driving. That was reset around Port Augusta in South Australia, and we're now in Kalgoorlie in WA. So 20 hours driving, 13.6 litres per 100 Ks. That is absolutely terrible. Now, on the refuel, it's just been reset, but take no notice of that. It was around the 14 litres per 100 Ks, like this 13.6. But I just wanted to give you the quick rundown. Now, for the first day heading across to Port Augusta, we've got our usual probably about 12 litres per 100 Ks. And then for some reason at Port Augusta, we did have a headwind, so it was pushing up around close to 15 litres per 100 Ks. But here's the spanner in the works. The next morning when we left Border Village, there's no wind, and we still got 14 litres per 100 Ks all the way for hours and hours, until we got to Balladonia, and then we noticed that the fuel economy seemed like it was getting better. We chucked 20 litres in at Balladonia just because it's a bit dearer there and we're being a bit tight. And we, of course, we want to run the fuel down low. The other really handy thing to have, not just about fuel economy, see this one? Shows you how much fuel's in the tank, and that's not right until the sub-tank's empty, and then it shows you how much is left in the main fuel tank. The one in the middle here, and we had 15 litres left, I think it said. And then we, of course, obviously went and refilled, took 136 litres. So 136 plus 20 plus 20, because we chucked 20 litres in at Norseman just for the hell of it as well. And because if we didn't, we wouldn't have made it to here, where we filled up a lot cheaper. Yep, we do these things to save a few bucks. Why fill up at $2.60 or $2.20 when you can wait? And I just filled up here for $1.80, right? Think about it. We already spent $330 in one day on fuel. Might as well make it $330, not $370 or $380 or $400, right? Anyway, that's what I reckon, because then you get a free lunch or a free dinner. Anyway, my point is, with that headwind, you could probably understand getting 14 or 15 litres per 100 Ks. And by the way, did anyone work it out yet? To work it out, you do 176 litres divided by 1313, and that works out to be 13.4 litres per 100 Ks, which is pretty much what we've got in front of us after the reset. Not exactly the same time period, because the refill would be more accurate, and I forgot to check what it was before I started the video. But really weird that travelling from Border Village on this after start was still sitting around 14, went down to 13.8. For probably about 4, 5, 6 hours to Balladonia. No headwind, same road, same speed, and then mysteriously it got better. When we left Norseman and started heading north to Kalgoorlie, 200 kilometers, I increased the speed of the vehicle even to get the fuel economy to go up, and it only just touched on 12 litres per 100 Ks. And as soon as I slowed down, it started dropping. We saw a lot of 11.6, 11.8 on this after reset. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying after reset. After start is where I meant to be. It's not showing you anything at the moment. After start is what I meant. Sorry, I'm confusing you now, but my whole point of this video is I'm quite surprised that 1 minute I can be driving around at exactly the same speeds on road tyres, getting 9 litres per 100 kilometres or less without a loaded vehicle. I put on the off-road tyres, it goes up about at least a litre per 100 Ks, and I think the more you load it up, the more the tyres have an effect. We are fully loaded in the vehicle, the roof's loaded, we're full of fuel and water, we're about 31 something, whatever, just to give you an idea, but no bull bar, so we've got fairly good aerodynamics. There's only 2 swags on the roof, so there's not a massive wind drag up there. Got 4 chairs in between 2 swags. They're rolled really tight. I'm just quite surprised that the fuel use could be up around 14, 15. Like I said, one day we had the headwind that was closer to 15, and then when the headwind was gone, it was still around 14, so only about 1 kilometre difference. But then mysteriously, it drops from 14 back to under 12 quite easily, so a difference of about 2.5 litres per 100 Ks. And the wind didn't change. We're traveling at what I would say is undulating. It's hilly terrain up and down crossing there, but you know what? I wouldn't have thought it was any difference, you know, any part of the road to make that much difference. Anyway, just thought I'd put a video and share it. And if anybody wants to put in the comments what they think, you're probably not right anyway, but you know what? Put it in there anyway. I'm a bit sus on some of the fuel you get in places. Maybe the Port Augusta fuel is dodgy, because obviously the Port Augusta fuelers did what we did there. And if you watched our videos on this channel or Fuel Before Adventures, was also shown comparing two GX 150 Prados. The 1KD gets 10 litres per 100 Ks, where this one gets 12 litres per 100 Ks from Port Augusta up to Alice, from Alice up to Darwin, and then from Darwin back to Alice, and Alice back to Port Augusta. Consistent north and south. This thing normally gets about 12 litres per 100 Ks. Obviously the smaller engine, the 1GD, it hasn't got the cubic displacement to maintain the speed. So if the cubes aren't there to do the work, the only other thing you've got to do the work is adding fuel. So the smaller engine, the engine is undersized for the vehicle, is a full-size Toyota Land Cruiser. You can call it Prado if you like, but not much really sizing difference in the vehicle other than the engine really. And you know, a bit more heavy duty underneath the 200 or 300 series, of course, but there's not a lot of weight difference. There's not a lot of size difference really. The biggest difference is the engine, and in the Prados, the 2755cc is certainly undersized and underpowered. And the only way it gets the power and the torque is more boost, bigger turbo, more boost, more air means more fuel, and that's what it's all about. And that's what I believe. It only takes a little bit of extra load, not even towing. I'll say it again, not even towing, no bull bar, minimal modifications on this vehicle, and it really chews up to 12, 13, 14 litres per 100 Ks. So we'll have some towing tests soon. We're going to try and get our hands on a caravan. Let us know what a good caravan is to haul behind a Prado. We need to hammer the little 2755cc and see what fuel economy we do and don't get out of it. I'm not here to complain about fuel economy. I'm here to share the real results. And as much as we can show you some awesome fuel economy videos, if you watch our fuel economy playlist, we can also show you the bad ones. It's not about pride in the vehicle showing you good or bad. It's just showing you what it really is and what you can expect. And a lot of people are going to go, oh, mine doesn't do that. There's something wrong with your vehicle. Well, you know what? Come with me and it might just do it, because if you've got to be there at the right time, at the right place, right circumstances, it doesn't normally do it for me either. Bada bing, bada boom. What a lot of waffle. Hopefully you found that interesting. And if you're thinking about buying a Prado and you're going to do some high speed, heavily loaded or towing, I'd probably say maybe reconsider. I think the 1KD certainly does the job better. Although the 1GD is tuned better, it'll do the job better, but the 1KD will do it using less fuel. And of course, bada bing, bada boom, those 200 and 300 series are more suited to the job. Anyway, I've got to go. Hopefully that helps. It's a video. It's better than nothing. Bada boom. Catch you on the next one. See ya. That's it. Fully fueled. Couple of swags. No bull bar. KO2 tyres, standard size. No heavy duty side steps. No underbody protection. 2 swags on the roof and a couple of awnings. No big deal.